Guys, Rengar finally came out, and if you're watching this video, you want to become a beast Rengar. So let's first start off with the passive and abilities. So the passive is pretty crazy. Unseen Predator. All right, first thing we need to break down. If Rengar is in a bush or if he's camouflaged, he will lunge onto the enemy he targets, okay? That's the first part of his passive. The second part, Bone Tooth Necklace. For every unique takedown you get, which is 5 stacks, you will get attack damage. So one kill, one unique takedown is a 5% attack damage increase, okay? So that's pretty important. If you get 5 unique takedowns, you will fully max it with 25% attack damage buff. All right, gains 1 ferocity upon casting a basic ability. You can get 4 ferocity that enhances your next ability, okay? Which is really, really important. Basically, when you lunge out of a bush and you have 0 stacks, that will give you a ferocity, and when you use your abilities, it will give you it as well. So once you stack it to 4, it will basically enhance the next ability. So nothing much to really show this. I mean, if I was in a bush, I would be able to lunge onto this scuttle, for example. Boom, just like that. So that's basically how the passive works. Now, the first ability, all right, Rengar's next 2 attacks within 3 seconds gain 50% attack damage, and his first auto attack is empowered to do additional damage. And with ferocity, he gains 125% attack speed for 5 seconds. The first attack deals an additional, even more damage. So basically, when you have 4 stacks and you use this, you're getting way more attack damage and attack speed just in general. So, all right, let's max this ability up. Also, it gives you an auto attack reset. So boom, and you could reset your auto. But look how much more damage you do, and you got a lot more attack speed. So watch how when I stack this, as you can see, every ability I use gives me ferocity. Now that I'm stacked up, my buff will be a lot stronger. Look at how much how long my ability is lasting for 5 seconds, and you're doing way more damage on the initial auto attack with it. All right, the next ability, guys, this one's pretty crazy. The Battle Roar. Okay, when Rengar's roaring, he basically can heal. He can heal damage that he's taking, and also he does some magic damage. With ferocity, increases the amount of magic damage you do, and also you will get extra movement speed on top of the 50% damage taken heal that you get, and it will last for 2.5 seconds. But also, this ability acts as a QSS, okay? It will cleanse any crowd control only when you have the 4 ferocity stacks. When you have the 4 ferocity stacks and you use your W, it will clear all crowd control affecting you. So when it comes to stuns, charms, things like that, what QSS basically is. So if I use it, it's pretty simple. Boom. Basically, it just heals any damage that I'm taking, but since I'm not taking any damage, I mean, it's not really healing me much. But as you can see, that there's a little bit of smoke that comes out under me, which does the magic damage. Okay, let me really quickly get the ferocity stack. Boom. Look at how fast I am. So you could definitely use that to close the gap on people. All right, guys. This ability is almost one of the key abilities to Rengar's complete kit. You basically throw a bola that deals physical damage, and it slows the enemy by 45% for 1.75 seconds. Okay, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. But when you have your 4 stacks, it roots them instead, and it does a lot more damage. So let's display what that basically is. We need to get our stacks though. Well, first let's just show the basic bola. Boom, baby. It just slows them right there. That isn't a root. So let's get our ferocity stacks. Boom. Now that we have our ferocity stacks, it will root him. Boom. As you can see, it says rooted, and he's stuck to the ground. You can see that little animation. So you get bonus damage, and you root them when you have the 4 ferocity stacks. All right, guys. Finally, the ultimate. The ultimate is so cool, guys. Thrill of the Hunt. Gain 30% movement speed, and reveals the nearest enemy champion for 12 seconds. Rengar becomes camouflaged after 1 second, and his next basic attack shreds the target's armor by 16 for 4 seconds. So what's important about this ability? It gives you movement speed, it reveals an enemy champion, and it gives you armor penetration. So, all right, let's use it, boys. Let's use it. As you can see, it reveals them, and basically I can hop on them from anywhere. Look at this. Boom. And it's super good like that. I'm destroying their armor. I'm penetrating their armor for 4 seconds, as you can see right there with that shield. which is pretty good, guys. So with that, that concludes all of Rengar's abilities. Let's get into some combos. All right, guys, let's go over the first combo. The first combo is very simple. It's just an auto attack reset. Like I said before, you auto attack and use your skill 1 and it'll reset your auto attack, which is really important. You guys need to do this to get your auto attack reset as efficiently as possible. All right, now let's get into a flash combo, a flash E combo, flash or skill 3, whatever you consider it. Basically, if you're out of range of someone that you want to root, you could just flash the E, just like this, guys. It's very easy to do. Very easy to do, maybe not at this actual angle, but if they're running away, just flash onto them. And if you flash while the animation's going, then you will cancel the animation as well, which is super key when it comes to fighting. You want to save as much time as possible. That's why auto attack resets and flashing some of your abilities is so important, because it gives your enemy less time to actually react. All right, guys, now this combo right here gets a little complicated. This is if you have 0 ferocity stacks, okay? What you're going to want to do is very important here. What you're going to do is when you lunge in, that gives you 1 ferocity. But while you're lunging in the air, you want to use your W and E while you're in the air. Then you'll get 3 stacks, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to be able to use 1 more ability. You're going to use your Q, which will get you the empowerment for your next E, okay? So let's display that. I don't have my cooldown buff going, so let's go. Boom, and then they're rooted. Do you guys see that? Basically, what I'm doing is I'm getting as much ferocity as efficiently as possible to then root them at the end, because you reset your ability when you have the ferocity stack. So we're gonna do it one more time. Boom. Did you guys see that? Once I got the 4 stacks of ferocity, it resetted my cooldown. One more time, just because it's just so damn fun doing. Boom. Just like that, guys. Simple, simple, simple. All right, just another basic tip, guys, okay? Just another basic tip is before you even engage on someone, you might as well get 3 stacks just like this. And the reason why is when you get 3 stacks like this, you could just engage and automatically get another like reset on your abilities, because you're already engaging with 3. So make sure you could have some stacks before you fight. If you want to have some stacks before you fight, it would be smart to do so, because then you could just reset your abilities again. Okay? All right, another combo is you could basically do the same thing. Let's see, I see an enemy, right? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ultimate because there's no bushes near me. All right, I'm gonna lunge in and do the same combo again, but with my ultimate. Boom, and they're dead, guys. They're dead. So usually you want to use your ultimate when you don't have any bushes or you're trying to gank, right? Because if you're trying to gank an ADC and you're right here, you can't really get that lunge off unless they're standing right over here, but they're not going to be standing like that. So you might need to use your ultimate here. But this is a perfect situation to use your ultimate because there's no bushes to really be camping in anywhere near them, okay? Boom, man, that is just so satisfying. So these are some simple combos that you can do. This champion is very complex because a lot of things are super situational. All right, guys, just for fun, we're going to destroy this Corki user. All right, guys, are you guys ready? I'm just going to use my ultimate too. We're going to go with the target lock. He got destroyed. So I hope this video so far has helped you guys out with when it comes to the passive and abilities, so you could start destroying ADC players like me, sadly. But with this, we're going to get right on into the build/runes you should be using. Alright guys, we're finally taking a look at my Rengar loadout. So let's break down the items you want to be using. So with Rengar, Duskblade is a phenomenal item to run on Rengar because it gives you attack damage, ability haste, but most importantly, it gives you armor penetration and the passive, the Night Stalker, is really interesting. Being unseen for 1 second causes your next attack against the champion to do more damage, and Rengar is always unseen, so it's huge with him. You're going to want to run Ghostblade as well. It gives you great armor penetration and attack damage and ability haste. So it's super good. And also the passives are really good because you're going to be moving a lot and building a lot of momentum. You're going to want to run Mercury Stasis if you're up against a lot of CC, or even Ninja Tab Eyes, or just, you know, the boots that give you the armor. So you could go the plated steel caps. Okay, so between these two is usually what you want to go. And I recommend you to go stasis. But if you're feeling a little risky and you want to engage a little harder, you can never go wrong with the Ninja's Proto Belt, man. I mean, go crazy, bro. Go crazy. So with that, you could also get GA. GA is such a strong item to build on all junglers because you're just going to be unkillable if you get really ahead. I threw in Black Cleaver so you get more HP and attack damage. It's super, super good on him, and since he's melee, you're going to be just basically doing a bunch of damage. And lastly, Death Stance is a great item if you want to live a little longer as well. It also gives you some physical vamp, which is super good. And like if you get exploded, man, you're basically unkillable with Death Stance. But if you're against a comp that maybe, you know, has a lot of AP, instead of Death Stance, you could run like you can run, here's the ability. I mean, here's the item, Ma, which is also a very strong item. So it just depends on the situation at hand. Now for the runes, if you're jungling, I recommend these runes. You're going to want to run Conqueror, Brutal, Hunter Titan, and Mastermind. But let's break down a few things you could switch up. If you want, you could go Electrocute because you're going to be using a bunch of abilities at the same time. So if you want to have a stronger early game, you should go this. But if you want a stronger late game, then I definitely recommend Conqueror. It just depends. If you really want to snowball, run Electrocute. You'll be deleting people like this, okay? But if you want to play a little safe, you know, you don't feel like you want to snowball like that, run Conqueror. I always just recommend Brutal. Brutal is just so fantastic. You're going to have so much armor penetration, guys. It's going to be ridiculous. Now, for this, there's many options. You know, it really depends on what you're going against. So Hunter Titan's great against CC, like charms, stuns, blinds, just things like that. If you're against a hardcore you know, AP or AD comp, you could always go Backbone. Just depends on what you want to do. So there's a lot of options to work with. Now, in the jungle, you're always going to run Mastermind because it's so important when it comes to taking objectives. But you know, if you're going to go top lane, Baron lane, just run Sweet Tooth and run this loadout. Or you could go, this is a pretty decent loadout for runes if you're top laning, because Electrocute's really good when it comes to trading. But yeah, these are really great rune setups. Now for the spells, if you're going jungle, you're going to run Smite and Flash, but if you're running top lane, then you could go Barrier Flash. Okay, so I hope this guide video helped you out. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more guides like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.